You know, it's funny with YouTube because obviously sometimes I record multiple videos in one day because I'm teaching and stuff throughout the week. And so sometimes I have like a load of clothes sort of ready and I change my clothes between each video. And it's dawned on me recently that you have no idea what I'm wearing beneath here. I could just be in my PJs or whatever, or I could, you know, because you notice in my videos I very, very rarely show anyone beneath here. So leave up to your imaginations what on earth. I could not be wearing anything. I am, by the way, but anyway, anyway, what we're going to talk about? Well, in this video, inshallah, I'd like us to talk a little bit about some YouTube stuff. I don't really talk much about YouTube or about YouTube drama or about the Muslim community on YouTube, but I have a couple of advices that I think people will benefit from, inshallah, so that's what we'll get into. I didn't even do an intro, did I? We'll do an intro. Assalamu alaikum, everybody, this is your brother Sam, and a very warm welcome back to the Sam of Somalia channel, the one and only Sam of Somalia channel. If you haven't subscribed already, before we get into the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you stay in touch with me, and hit the little bell as well. Otherwise, the subscribe will mean nothing. It'll just help to fuel my ego that I have an extra subscriber, but that's not the important thing. Hit the bell so you keep on getting notifications, inshallah. So, there's a lot going on YouTube, okay? Recently I've been watching some stuff about what's going on. Dina Tokyo, her husband Sid, our brother Muhammad Hijab, I've mentioned him on my channel before and on my Arabic channel as well, and our brother Ali Da'wah, may Allah bless them all, may Allah guide them all, may Allah reward them all for the good that they do. And so firstly, we need to look at this, what's gone on with Dina Tokyo, and we need to firstly ask that Allah Azza wa Jal guide her and guide us, first and foremost. And then next say is that, you know, inshallah, a whole generation of Muslim YouTubers are going to come, right? Like I'm not really a Muslim YouTuber. Like I talk about learning Somali and I talk about languages and that's about it. But like there are some things that I've commented on, inshallah, and I think it's worth me giving some advices. And so it's important that to the small, humble audience that I have, if there are some people among you who might become, you know, whatever it is, it might not even be YouTube by the time that, you know, you guys become YouTubers and stuff. It might be, you know, it might be Instagrammers or Snapchatters or Flip-Flappers or whatever the new apps are by then. But I just wanted to give some advices in this video, inshallah. So firstly, it should make us realize what an enormous responsibility it is to have an audience like this. Like I'm not a big YouTuber. Like these big YouTubers don't have the time of day for me. Like, and I've got 20,000 subscribers, okay? But picture that, right? I've got 20,000 subscribers and I'm a nobody compared to them. Have you ever seen 20,000 people in one place? Like, there are football stadiums that host 20,000, that can't host 20,000 people. And it's a serious amount of people, right? So these guys, and especially the likes of Dina Tokyo, they have an audience of more than the population of entire counties in the UK. They have more of an audience than entire countries. Do you know what I mean? Like Dina Tokyo, and probably a million. I know she doesn't have a million subscribers, but probably a million across all of her platforms, individuals, have subscribed or liked or followed or whatever to her work. And that comes with an enormous responsibility, and the statements and the actions of an individual in that position are very, very heavy. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that we're in a position where we blame that person if they make a mistake, but it means that we're in a position where we need to advise them to make sure that they're not misguiding a million more people, right? So the thing that I spot, right, the thing that I see happening is that every single human in the world has a personal brand, right? Dina Tokyo is a personal brand. Muhammad Hijab is a personal brand. Zid has a personal brand. Ali Da'wah has a personal brand. I have a humble personal brand. And when people build an audience from that personal brand, there's constantly a pressure to kind of keep on being exciting. And I struggle with this a lot on my channel because, like, I did a load of Somali lessons and then, like, I kind of caught up with all the Somali that I knew. And I've struggled, right? Like you guys have probably noticed that I've done less and less videos, and it requires me to keep on growing. Like I have to keep on growing. And really in this video, I just want to talk about what direction you should grow in, because I think that's been Dina's problem. And I think that's a problem with a lot of people. Like we notice a lot of Muslim YouTubers, they get to a certain size and they grow in the wrong direction. Like you get to a point where you have to keep growing. You have to keep these 800,000 people watching you, right? It's your living for a lot of people, right? Like, but it's important that you grow in the right direction, right? That you stay exciting, because the fact is that when you have a personal brand, people change. Like Like, I'm not the same Sam as I was, that I was 18 months ago or 2 years ago when I started this channel, right? Like, I'm creating content about different stuff and I'm at a different point in my journey. And it's just important that your journey grows in the right direction. One very easy route for me to have done, for my channel to have grown, would have been to have distanced myself from Islam. It would have been very easy for me to trim my beard, start playing music in the background of my video, done a wife tag, had my wife in the video, had my son in more videos, you know, stuff that is like less Islamically favorable, and that would have been an easy option. That would have been an easy thing for me to do, right? And that would have worked because people lap that up on YouTube. And I think our sister Dina, like, you know, actually, I'm not actually going to say anything about that. I don't want to speculate about what's going on with her, because we just ask that Allah accept all the good that she does. And this is really just an advice, you know, to any younger YouTubers, inshallah, because a lot of YouTubers have grown in the right way, like, but most actually don't, and it's actually a really toxic environment up here. Like, you know, I don't really feel it because I'm nobody compared to these people, but you need to be aware, like, there are a lot of kids out there who want to be YouTubers. There are a lot of kids, like a lot of young people want to be YouTubers, and there's just an enormous responsibility, right? It's an enormous responsibility that you grow in the right direction, because we've seen a lot of brothers like brother Imran ibn Mansour, or Da'wah Man, as some of you guys know him. He's grown in the right direction, right? Like when he started out, he was doing a lot of things that I don't know if they were particularly good for his reputation, like things that were good, doing da'wah and stuff like that, but he's grown into a culture of actually seeking ilm. You know, like when he started out in YouTube and stuff, it might have been more about, you know, debating Christians or calling out atheists or all this stuff, all that sort of stuff. But like he's grown into being a student of ilm, being a talibul ilm, you know, and that's like the right direction, because you're not going to be the same person throughout the whole time, right? Like humans aren't the same personal brand, even throughout a year or 2 years. So it's important that you grow in the right direction, inshallah. Next thing, that's really the main advice from this video. But the next thing I wanted to mention is that in the meantime, while all this is going on, like whilst people are sort of watching what Dina's done, you know, and things that her husband has said, and responses to that our brother Muhammad Hijab and Ali Da'wah have made, and stuff like that, like, I just want to say, in the meantime, we've been staring at our phones and our screens, and I just want to raise a very minor point before we finish, inshallah, about our children, because I think that it's worth me doing a video on how frighteningly dangerous it is for our children to have so much screen time. And actually, it's just a reflection of us. Like, our children watching screens and stuff all the time, or wanting to watch a tablet or a phone or TV all the time, it's just a reflection of us. And like when we're caught up in like this YouTube drama and stuff, like what example really are we setting to our children? And I think perhaps I'll do a specific video on that, because it's more dangerous than you can possibly imagine. Like, yeah, it's so dangerous, and we need real solutions, inshallah. Like, you know, myself as from background of as being a primary school teacher and having a little boy as well, like, I can see how this is affecting our next generation, inshallah. So we need to speak about that a little bit more. So, good. So those are all the things that I wanted to mention, really, inshallah. I just wanted to give a humble little bit of advice to the humble audience that I have. You know, that if you have an audience, it's an enormous responsibility, and your words and your statements will be incredibly heavy on the Day of Judgment. And then also that we need to be humble enough to correct ourselves. Like, a number of times on this channel, I've said something wrong and I've been corrected, and I've even removed that video, and in a video of equal size, in following after that, I've corrected myself publicly in it. And you know, I hope that would be something more common among the Muslim YouTubers, but that's it. But it hasn't been. So that's it. You know, there's a couple of points I wanted to say in that video, really, inshallah. I pray that you guys are well. I pray that Allah accepts all of your salah, all of your sujood, all of your ruku', all of your du'as. May Allah bless you guys. May Allah reward you guys. And I'll catch you guys soon, inshallah. Take it easy. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.